Hey folks, we're back with another Ace Tanker, this time in the Leo. I sport the 300 damage gun, that's the 105 on this. It doesn't have great pen. I think the pen's 155, the gold round's 194. That's why I carry a lot of HE rounds. And we're on Mannerheim Line, and this map, sometimes I'll come to this position that I'm going to show you in order to get shots on the heavies. The one nice thing about this tank, it's got no armor, the gun handling is atrocious, and it makes you really want to play it now, huh? And it's just not, it's just not a very good tank, to be honest with you. But I've had success with it, and part of my success is that 300 damage. The DPM is low. That was the other thing I wanted to say. So we get 300 damage on the KV3 as he crosses, so that's a nice first shot. And I probably should have left this position, but I kept thinking that that IS6 would, or IS, I'm sorry, would push out. And so there is no arty in this game. That also contributes to the fact that the game lasts longer, and you can go to certain positions that I wouldn't even try with arty. Now the problem is, because my gun handling's so bad, that KV-122 is in a great position, and I would love to go over there and get shots, but frankly I just don't have the gun handling for it. I have to sit up way too high, and it's just frankly not worth it. And so this Chrysler unknowingly blocks my shot. I mean, it's just, he's just playing the way he has to play. He's the heavy, I'm just the support, right? So this is another game that's going to get a little bit out of hand, and we'll just, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it is a fairly long game, and we're just going to take a blind shot in here and just see if we hit, and then immediately back behind the rock. So what I've noticed on the map is there's an E25 pushed, and for whatever reason they're mutant. The M6A2E1 is, he's driving like a tourist, right? And I would like to get shots on him. Face on, that thing has incredible armor, but side on, it has absolutely awful armor. So we're going to go ahead and take some bites out of him, one for 283, and we're just taking our time. And this is all just free damage. This was played on a weekend, so some of the players do some suspect things. But if he had gone to heavy corner, we probably would have lost this game. They are very, very hard to penetrate. So suddenly we bring it back to 4 to 5, and I'm feeling pretty good at this point. But I noticed that E25 has disappeared, and what I'm trying to do is set a trap for him. I want him to commit before I fire at him. So I'm just kind of sitting in a position where I hope to see him pushed up, and so I can finish him off. Every tank you can kill is a great thing, and it appears that he has not moved, and the T25AT takes him out. He takes some damage for it. Now, what I'm going to do next may seem stupid, but knowing that the SU-130PM is on the corner over here, I'm hoping that he pulls out, so if I can hit him, I might be able to kill him, right? But he does not pull out far enough for me. However, the KV-122 does kill him. And with him gone, I don't believe that there's all that much that can shoot at me from their sniper hill. So I'm moving up to get shots on guys, and we go ahead and get a shot into the M6. He does not spot me from that distance, and I should have stayed that distance. But it appears that Panzer IV-S actually has as good of view range as I do, or close to it. So here comes my Nemesis, the KV-2, and he snapshots, and we're able to put shots into him. Now, I'm in a very troublesome position for the enemy because I can continue to spot these guys. Look at the angle I have on this M6. That guy is as hull down as you can be. But one thing that I do notice is that he has the small gun. He should have a 240 Alpha gun, and instead he has a 76 millimeter. So that, just knowing that fact is helpful. So we're trying to dig this KV-3 out, and again, this tank, it does not have a very good gun. It's got poor pen, and so we're moving on up. We fired a lot of shells already though, but we're gonna try and move up and get shots on anybody else that we can see. But it appears that nobody else is available, and it's currently 8 to 11. So we're just looking for shots and playing slow. That KV-122 has done a fantastic job, so shout out to him, staying alive. Tier 7 in a Tier 8 game. And we decide that we're going to load gold and try and pin this KV-3. If I can get him to turn his turret away from me, then perhaps we'll have better luck. And I don't know, I do know how he spotted me, and I'll show you in a little bit. It wasn't him that spotted me. But we're able to put a shot into him, and he snapshots, which is a classic mistake in a heavy tank. Of course, I was going to be sitting there forever anyway. So that's just a little poor marksmanship on my part. I don't know, sometimes I swear I'm just not the quickest on the trigger, but nevertheless, that's not going to stop us from trying again. And because my reload's 9 seconds and you stay lit for usually 10, I kind of figure that I'm probably okay to pull back out, right? And this KV-3 is still not respecting me. At this point, I probably should have loaded HE and just HE'd him, but because these are free shots, I'm going to just continue to take them as long as I possibly can. So he's staying hull down to me now. He's staying out of my line of fire, which is a wise thing for him to do. And I get lit again, and I have no idea where I get lit from until I pull up a little bit closer. Somehow, this tank here was able to see me, and I don't know how. He must have pulled down a little bit, but we're able to get a sliver pixel shot on him and take him out. So I noticed the T-69 on the mini-map where he was last spotted, and we have a UDES 03 that's hanging on for dear life over in that corner. The trouble with that UDES is that all the T-69 has to do is rush him. And so I decide I'm going to try and come back and help out that UDES. And there he is. Unfortunately, my gun handling does not cooperate, and we miss our shot. So here I pause just a little too long. I should have figured out what I was going to do right away, or had a plan. So my plan is, fortunately it works out. My plan is, this guy, I feel like he's either going to come around this way or he's going to come around this way and try and flank our heavies, right? So I'm going to come over to here so that I can get a light on him just in case he does. I know he's down to a 2-shot for me. So we're getting into position over here, and once I'm down below this ridge, I'm never going to be spotted. I will always get the first shot on him. So one thing, and so this is one of the flanks that I pull on people in order to make sure that I'm going to get the first shot. Now, one of the things you'll notice, this gun handling is so bad that I wait until I can see all of him before I fire. And I know I'm going to get lit there, but I don't care because I am completely safe. And it appears as if he is just flat out ignoring me. So because he's flat out ignoring me, I go ahead and take a chance on a snapshot, and I'm able to finish him off. And the King Tiger, who apparently is watching the game, tells me nice flank, and so I was actually pretty happy with that flank myself. So we're up to 3 kills, and I do know how to spell again. I just mistyped it. And now I've got the back of all of these guys, because we're pretty sure all of these guys are in this one area. So if I can take out the M6, then it gives me position on the rest of the guys, right? And we've already proven that the M6 does not have very good view range, nor does he have the big gun. So I've got all my hit points, and I'm going to come up behind this guy and get a shot on him. So we're back to standard rounds now, because I know I'm facing the M6, and we take him out. So we're up to 2,700 damage on the board, and we've got just a little assist. We're up to 3K, and I would call that a fantastic game for this tank. Because the DPM is so low, it oftentimes you need a long drawn out game where you can create distance to actually get shots on stuff, and so and make it all work. It just is not a very good platform. So I get greedy. I should have gone in this dip and come up behind these guys, but there's not a whole lot of time left, and I just kind of figure I'm going to come up here and try and get shots. And I think that this IS is probably AFK, is my guess. He's either AFK or he is ignoring me because he's got bigger threats to the front, but I think he's AFK. So, unfortunate situation for the enemy team. But even still, we're able to pick up a bunch of damage on him. And now that we picked up damage, we're going to get safe, because I do not know where that KV-2 is, and he can nearly one-shot me. That's how bad the armor is on this. So the KV-3 is down to 58 hit points, and again, I get greedy. Instead of going around like I should, I get greedy. So I'm watching the map, right? And I'm realizing that it was a KV-3 that fired. And I nearly lose us the game here. So we lose 300 hit points there, which there's a minute and a half left of the game. And we've got a KV-2 and myself versus a KV-2 and a KV-3. So again, we're in the best position to take the enemy out, and that's about what we're going to do here. We're going for kill number 6 here, and we're able to take him out. And fortunately, our KV-2 is reloaded in time, and he's able to take out the enemy. So that's 3,800 damage and 372 assist. Let's go ahead and look at the after action on this one. Okay, here we are at the after action, and of course we did get an ace tanker. We got 3 bonds. We got a level Schlios medal for killing 2 tanks that are a tier higher. We got a top gun, and we got a high caliber out of that game. We ended up with 1,400 base XP. The KV-2 was second with 900, so we were about 550 above the next guy. And so shout out to that KV-2 and also that KV-122. He might not have done a lot of damage, but he stayed alive for a long time. So good for him. 22 shots fired, 16 hits, 15 pens. That's very typical. Even if you have the side of tanks, you're going to bounce a fair amount of shots, which is why I sometimes load gold in this thing. 720 assist and we had a premium account due to one of the missions that we completed. 13,000 credits we ended up with, and 2,200 XP. So appreciate you guys watching. I will have a couple more videos. I'm actually making a bunch tonight to upload to YouTube. Hope to see you in the comments, and we will catch you next time. Tonester out.